All right, here with Coach LeViere after the Bruins suffer a tough loss to Brevard College. Coach, really the name of the game in this one was turnovers for us. We, I believe, had 24, 25, somewhere around there in the stat sheet tonight. But what do you think was the struggle for us, or why do you think we struggled so much taking care of the ball tonight?
Yeah, if I knew the answer to that and how to fix it, I think I could probably make a lot of money. I really don't know, and it is. We actually had us with 31 or 33, I think, turnovers total, and that's just too many. And that is what we talked about after the game. It's really frustrating because we played a really good defensive game. This is a pretty good team. They just beat LaGrange. They've competed, lost by a couple of points to Huntingdon, and they're in the upper echelon of those teams are in the upper echelon of the USA South, and that's right where we want to be. And to hold them to 50 points or 54, whatever we did, is really good, and our girls played really good defensively. It is just really frustrating when those turnovers creep up, and we have, in some of the quarters, we had as many turnovers as we did field goal attempts, and so that is really hard. It takes a lot of air out of your tires and just deflates you, and we weren't strong enough to overcome that tonight and stop that downward spiral that happens. And so once it started, we didn't do a good job of stopping it, and we just had very few bright spots to start building on, and so it just was a rough night offensively, but so frustrating for our team in that they played really, really good defense, and the girls just played really well overall on the defensive side and rebounding. We out-rebounded them, and when we played them at their place, they out-rebounded us. They shot the three-point ball really well. And so that was a couple of our goals, is to limit their three-point attempts and their percentages and out-rebound them. And so we out-rebounded them, and overall their three-point percentage for the game was 27%. Their overall field goal percentage was under 40, and that's always a goal of ours. And so we did those two things. We just did not control our turnovers. When we played them at their place, we had 15 turnovers, and we doubled that tonight. And that is just that's the game in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk a little bit about, they threw that full court pressure at us kind of most of the night, somewhat of a press, but also full court man-to-man, but we really struggled with that, which really didn't allow us, the turnovers as well, but really didn't allow us to get into any kind of offensive rhythm.
Yeah, I really feel like the press, while we turned the ball over a few times against the press, I don't think that it was the dominating factor. In the first quarter, we had 9 turnovers, and they didn't press at all. And so, they just played man-to-man, and we turned the ball over 9 times against non-pressing man-to-man. And so, we had a couple players I thought played pretty well. I think Grayson had a pretty good game, other than she got in foul trouble. And then Rachel Clark, I thought, played a really good game. She did everything defensively. She had a tough assignment. They have a couple of really athletic girls, and they can shoot and they can drive. Number 3 in particularly for them. Washington is a really solid player. And Rachel was on her a good part of the night, and she's a really tough assignment. It is hard to find some bright spots sometimes when it's so frustrating with those turnovers, but we shot the free throws really well. We were 13 of 15. We played just great defense. We rebounded, and the effort was there. It's just those turnovers really, really hurt us. And the press, obviously there were times when we really turned it over and looked like we couldn't break a press, and then there's times it was like no problem. So again, that's frustrating. And why is it that way? Well, yeah. We'll go back to the drawing board and try to figure that out.
Yeah, we got an important game coming up this weekend as we're on the road at Pensacola. Really, a lot of region implications coming into the region tournament. So, going into Saturday against a team that we're very familiar with, having played them earlier this year, what are we taking into Saturday to hopefully get another victory down in Florida?
Well, no matter the opponent, and we talked about this right before the game tonight. You can win when you're outscored on the scoreboard, and you can lose when you outscore the opponent on the scoreboard. And so it's really not about who we're playing and the scoreboard. We want to play to the best of our ability, and this process of the season, we want to be better tomorrow because of what we did today. And I think this group is pretty resilient, and they've got to have a short memory in some ways. They've got to forget some of these mistakes, but at the same time learn from them, and then just be ready to play. And I think we will be. Pensacola is really tough. We didn't play very well against them here and got down big and came back and lost by single digits. I don't remember the exact score, but if we don't put ourselves in a hole, I'm really confident that we win the game. And so hopefully we don't put ourselves in a hole down there, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. And so similar to tonight, I feel like we really beat ourselves tonight. And as long as we don't do that, if we're playing well, I'll let the score take care of itself, and we just want to keep focusing on getting better every day.